Greetings once again, VAC fans. Well, welcome to another whole house carpet cleaning, courtesy of Alan O. and actually Thomas Rechtenwald, who delivered this Miele Jazz from way down south. And boy, is it an interesting color. A light yellow. How often do you see a color like that? So I had a chance to go ahead and actually use this and do my whole house, but I did not have a chance to actually make a recording of it. I just wanted to get familiar with it. And what I found out was, mechanically, especially on the inside, this machine is great. It has really survived. It's from 2008. I'll show you the date code in a little bit. Got a brand new bag in there. So if you've never seen this kind of bag system, you kind of pull down and then pull back or out. It's got a little flapper in here to eliminate the dust poof if you've ever really had trouble with the dust poof. And now let's just kind of do this with one hand. Whoops, did I get that? Get up in there. There we go. Now here's the fun part. I'm trying to close this. And I found out earlier I can't really do it very well with one hand, so I'm going to use my knee. There we go. Very interesting adjustments and names for them. Maximum power is smooth. Minimum power is curtains, because that's normally what we think of for maximum power, smooth. And we have a exhaust filter that's very similar to the canisters. This appears to be in great shape. I haven't measured it just yet. Those videos will be forthcoming. I'm sure it'll, blow a zero if it's in good shape. So let's go and turn it around and take a look at the underside. Now you notice it said 300 to 1200 watts. So 1200 watts would be 10 amps at 120 volts. But if you look at the ratings plate, if I can get a good focus on that, you'll see 12 amps. Now at 120 volts, that's 1440 watts. So what's the difference? Well, this has a separate brush roll motor. And I actually measured it, and this uses 2 amps. And at 120 volts, that's 240 watts. But it's got another trick up its sleeve. It floats. Kind of interesting. Something else I noticed when I did my first house cleaning that I didn't record is these wheels right here, these casters, didn't turn very well. And I noticed it. So they turn fine now. I was able to go ahead and lubricate and clean them. But they were squeaky, and I think this was the one that was almost completely frozen. I could hardly move it at all, and that made things very difficult. When you put it in upright mode, the rear wheels actually have like a little spring action in them as well. You're not going to see it here because this is all kind of clamped together, but this pops out when you go and put it into upright mode. Going up the neck, we've got the longest crevice tool I've ever seen from Miele. Usually they're pretty short and stubby, not real useful, but this one's much longer and probably do a lot more with it. This you've seen everywhere. This is pretty ubiquitous. The old dusting brush. This is a carrying handle, so you can grab that and carry the machine with it. Every so often I make a mistake because I just got this machine and I end up grabbing the hose handle because it's a handle that's just kind of more convenient and it's just like right there. I forget the carry handle's down there. Of course, you've got this nice hose that you're used to with the interlocking mechanism. You've got the expansion wand down here. Nice stretchy material. And I took a look at it. I don't know if this was ever used. It's super clean on the inside. It's got a cord here that's very similar to what you get in the canister. Maybe it's the exact same cord. It's very similar to it. The outer jacket seems to be very similar, very pliable. So that's kind of nice. Let's see. So look at that. Look at, I was just about ready to grab this to lift up the vacuum. That not going to work there. That's bad. So this machine If you're running it in hose mode, you will be at 1200 watts. But if you're running it in carpet mode, you'll be well over 1400. Matter of fact, on this medium pile carpet, I measured 12.3 amps at like 121 volts. You're talking well over 1450, maybe 1460 watts. So this uses a lot of power. Now, I won't give it away just yet what the airflow and suction readings are, but we'll do that after I get the whole house cleaning done. So I think I've shown you everything that I can think of. And the machine definitely had to be cleaned up. See all that kind of black skirting? It wasn't black. It was almost like they had taken massive amount of paint transfer, or how about just take the paint, put it right on the paintbrush, and just go ahead and paint the bumper. Because that's just kind of what you got. So this is much, much better. Even though I've not taken a whole lot of time to polish it, this is what we have so far with just like an initial scrubbing and cleaning. And it looks a lot better than when I started. All right, so that's enough yakking. Let's go ahead and get started. Uh-oh, I see an obstruction. That's our dog Rosie. There we go. Good girl. She moves all by herself now. Yeah, isn't that good? Yeah. Let's see if I can get under that dresser. It does pretty well. Can you say, maybe take a look at those bearings? Because that's the longest wind down I've ever heard so far. Clean the footstool. Very quiet. That's it. Let's take a look at something here for a minute. I can straighten out the camera. So, if you noticed, I push on the pedal release and the front nozzle there, whoops, just seems to stick a bit. Now, I can lubricate all those mechanical parts if need be. And the machine is 10 years old, but I think it's kind of interesting. So, pushing the pedal, the handle goes down. Huh. All right, that's a little bit better. So, yeah, it's going to need a little maintenance, I think. But, I mean, that's not too bad. If that's all you got, you know, for 10 years, that's not bad at all, considering the rest of the machine works. All right, done with the second floor. And let's take a look at the carpet lines. Not really there, are they? So if you like those, great. If you don't, there are other machines, but there's just not that much there. can I use the canister part of this upright, meaning the hose, to clean the couch? But I want to use one of these tools. So this one says Miele Parquet Twister. You've seen that one before. And you can use it, and I've used it, it's fine. But you've got to kind of hold this from going back and forth because it does that. But this little guy here from a canister that you haven't seen yet. Let's try that one out. Got little wheels on either side. Two big thumbs up. Nice job. Did I mention that this is just unbelievably quiet? We can have a conversation when this thing's on. Well, we have our tree up. We don't have any wrapped presents around it just yet. So is your tree up if you do a tree? Go ahead and finish up here. That's pretty flat. Twist, twist. It does it. Twisty, twisty. So the wife has decided to go and take the final lap with the Miele Jazz. But, go ahead and turn it on. Before she does that, there we go. I wanted to show the speed control. So this is all the way up. Remember, max power in Miele world is called smooth. So there you go. Minimum power is somehow called curtains, but we always go in maximum smooth power. Okie dokie. Yeah, it kind of flops. This is her very first time using this Miele. goes low, really low. Hey, where'd you go? I lost her. Nope, up there. That's it. Yep, handle switches. What a great invention. Hi, Rosie. Oh, listen to that wind down. All right, thanks so much for watching. Here ends the whole house carpet cleaning of the 2008 Miele Jazz. So stay tuned for all kinds of lab tests. Until then, happy vacuuming. Just as a follow-up to that crazy foot pedal release and kind of jerking and bucking, some lubrication and a little bit of fiddling, and this is where we're at now. Much better. It's not hanging up so much. Hey, what the heck? Thing probably hasn't been serviced in about 10 years.